How much do you think I can read in 48 hours? And do you want to spend those 48 hours with me? I am about to start the 48-hour readathon for my month-long readathon. I run a competitive team-based readathon every year in March. It's not too late to join at the time of seeing this video. You can join today and just submit anything you've already read this month. Essentially, this year is a city setting, and there are 4 families who all monopolize different parts of the city. They are currently in a battle to be the last family standing and the one to rule over the entire city. All you gotta do is pledge to a team, pick your favorite prompts, pick your favorite host, pick your favorite theme of the team, whatever it is, read some books, and then every book you read will either get you points to defend your team, which means you add points to your team, or you can attack another team and you take away points from that team. It's a lot of fun. There are actually over 30 prompts for Realmathon. Every book that you read should count for something, but every year we have a 48-hour readathon that I call something about peace. This year it is the Gala of Peace, and every book you read during this 48 hours gets you an extra plus 10 to your team. And the thing is, typically the team that goes the hardest this weekend does win. And so a bunch of us have sprints all weekend long, and it's a lot of fun, and we spend the 48 hours together. I will be reading for a mix of teams during this. I'm curious how many books you think I'll be reading. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any predictions of how much you think I'll read. And this year there are 9 main prompts. There's also all the other prompts, but there's 9 like big point prompts. And so I have a wheel with all of them on it, and then there's a mood read spot as well. So I will be spinning this wheel, figuring out what prompt I have to read for, and picking a book based off that prompt. Whatever team that prompt belongs to will get my points for that book. That's all I gotta say. I'll leave the announcement video link down below for you if you want to join. Let's spend 48 hours together. Let's do my first spin. I have no idea what I want to read. Let's do our first spin together. An author I've read from before feels kind of easy. I think I can do that one. I'm gonna get back to you once I know what I'm reading because I have no clue right now. I got a drink for kickoff sprints. There are a lot of people here. There's 450 people watching right now, and I think that's about 100 less than who are watching during like the talking parts. But I got like a mango sparkling alcoholic juice for kickoff. It's actually really delicious. And I decided to go with a tried and true auto by author for me for this first book and this first prompt. And I picked up Rest Stop by Nat Cassidy. This is just a short little novella. Nat Cassidy just does tension and like atmosphere so well. And so I am very excited for this one. I don't know a lot about this one. I know it's a little slashery, and it's about a man who gets stuck at a rest stop and things aren't exactly as it seems. I'm currently 40-ish pages in, and it's about 140 pages, so I'm not super far in yet. But things are definitely weird and unexplained at this moment in time. And that does have me a little bit nervous. I typically like when things are explained, but I do feel like in past Nat Cassidy books, things have been explained. So I'm still very interested in what's going on in this story. But just wanted to say thank you to everyone for showing up to sprints, and I'm hoping that our first pick is a win, especially because I haven't had a lot of wins recently in my reading. I definitely need one to start off a really busy reading weekend. I'm done my first book of the weekend. That's exciting. I'm only an hour and 40 minutes in, so I feel like I've made really good progress. I'm giving this 3 stars. I did really enjoy Nat Cassidy's writing in it. I just don't think it was long enough to be what I wanted it to be. It didn't get to set the like crippling anxiety scene that I know him for, but it did do a lot of the messaging that I know him for. This has a wonderful story arc of like trauma and generational trauma and politics in general and things like that. This was really beautiful to read, but it didn't entertain me the way I wanted to. I think it just didn't set the scene enough for me to make me really feel tense, which is something I really look for in horror. I want to feel scared, and often I felt like intrigued by the conversation but not intrigued by the story itself, if that makes any sense. It's a really quick read, so I don't want to go too much into it. I wish it was a little gorier too, but we do have to submit this for points. Every book I read this weekend will just go for defending points for my team. So this was only 120 pages, so I do not get any bonus points for that, but we do get the 10 points for reading it this weekend. I'm going to count this for a book that has sibling characters, an even number of letters in the title, my favorite trope, I do love a slasher, and then I also will count it from an author I've read from before and get those points, and we need to do another spin to get me another book. Back over here. We have a non-human main character for this one, which for this I think I'm gonna try to find a audiobook that I can listen to. I did get some new coloring books in and I'm excited to color again, so I would like to go color for a couple hours tonight. I got the Cozy Era coloring book. I'm really excited to color in this one. I'm excited to do like the space one that I saw. We're just going to a bunch of eras in time, and I think that it has a lot of pages that my other books don't have. And then I got the Hold Your Folk Mountain Village. Did you just hear my cat? Which, of course, I had to get this as soon as I saw the dragon page. Look at the cute little sweeping dragon. But I also liked this for the different like style of stuff that's in here compared to a lot of the other books that I have to color. And then I got a berry coloring, which is the travel coloring book. So we're traveling in this one, which I also enjoy. I looked for books that had very different style than other things that I already own. And so I'm excited to give these all a try. So let's find an audiobook and let's go color together for the next couple hours. We have moved to the bedroom and I picked up my second book. I decided to pick Feral Blood up for non-human main character. This is a shifter, why choose? So all of the men are shifters. I honestly am expecting her not to be human either, but at this point she is. This follows our main character who is kept prisoner by a bunch of wolves, and some other wolves come and save her, and they too keep her prisoner, but they give her a lot more freedoms as they figure out why the original wolves are keeping her prisoner. It seems to be that there's something special about her blood that kind of breaks a curse for them a little bit. I read book one, I think November last year, and I flew through it, so I knew I was gonna fly through this one as well, and truthfully, I'm already halfway through, pretty much. The audiobook is so easy, and I've just been coloring and laughing with everyone on sprints. Obviously we have been making fun of Mel quite a bit, but what's new? I'm 137 pages in and it's 400 pages, so I still have a decent while to go, but I have not been reading it for very long. I'm liking it. It feels similar to the first book. I don't think I'm going to like it more than the first book, but I don't think I'm gonna like it less than the first book either. I like the men in it. I like learning about all their personalities. I like watching her connect with all of them. I like the mystery of what's actually going on with her and that storyline and protecting her from the other wolves that are the big bads. I like her learning about this realm and what the magic is and stuff like that since she comes from a human realm. And I think that it's just very interesting and well done. I like the world building. I like the characters. It's a really easy listen for me and it's a really fun listen, which is always good. I did also start my coloring page in one of the new books. So I do like the little western one. I think I'm gonna do like a really dark light sunset with like purplish mountains. I think that I want to change the horse to a darker color as well, but I'm gonna wait till the end to see how I feel about that. But it is coming together a little bit. I will hopefully remember to show you the end result in this as well. Good morning. Before I went to bed, I did finish this last night. I'm giving it a 3.5. I liked it enough. I thought it was fun. I thought it continued the story really well of the last book, but I wasn't like obsessed. I wasn't thinking this was my new favorite. I feel like I didn't really learn too much new about like the men or like their relationships. I think things are moving maybe a little too fast for me, which like is crazy because it's a 9-book long series. So I'm like, I don't know if I could read this for 9 books, but I will read the next book for sure and finish off like this arc. I know there's a new man that comes in the 4th book, so maybe that also will bring something new to the storyline. It just felt like a vibe story and not necessarily like a well-developed plot story. I don't know if that makes sense, but I enjoyed it enough and I will recommend it to people. And it was a quick, easy read. I mean, I read it in one sitting. I colored. Oh, my coloring book page is downstairs. I finished my coloring book page. Remind me to show you later, please. I'm gonna forget. It's so cute. It's one of my favorites. But I colored that page. I read this and then I went to bed essentially. I did do one more spin. We're gonna talk about my points for this, but I'm gonna show you my spin first because I did pick up another book. I just spun really lazily. And we got my next book, Boyfriend, and for that I'm gonna be picking up Done and Dusted. I'm only like 10 pages in. I did pick it up last night, but I was tired and I went to bed real quick. If someone is going to be my next book, Boyfriend, it has to be a cowboy romance, right? That is the era of my life I would like to enter into. This is mine and Mel's pick this month for our book club that we run together over on Patreon. So I'm very excited to read it and get my thoughts in there. It's reading really quickly. So far, I like the spunk of our main character, but I'm literally only a chapter in. So I really need to continue that. But let's do some points with this one. It's 370 pages. So we did get some points there. I read it for the weekend of peace, or the gala of peace this year. The book has sibling characters. I wouldn't count that wolf as a multiple person. Even number of letters in the title, it's definitely a fast-paced read. My favorite trope is definitely why choose at this point, and then it does have more than one POV. It is an urban setting, it is my next book boyfriend, and it is an author I've read from before. So a lot of points with this one. Okay, I'm gonna go probably make a coffee. Actually, I should probably drink water. I'm thirsty this morning, which means I need water. Oh, it's also snowing. Great. Oh, Canada. And then I'm jumping on Katie's sprints for a bit, and we have all day sprints, so it's gonna be a good day. I'm hopefully get a lot of reading in. I didn't expect this, but I'm having a great time with the story. I'm 25% in, and he's so down bad for her, and I love it. Like, I'm down bad for him being down bad for her, which I just like. There was a part of me that thought I could like this type of romance, but every time I've read one, I've just been let down. So when I read Wild Love, I was so excited and thought this was gonna be for me since it was for so many other people. And obviously it didn't hit and I didn't love it. So then I was nervous about this one, but I just feel like this has everything that I wanted Wild Love to be. It's not, obviously it's not cowboy to cowboy, but it's like small town. But I think like I just feel like this small town already has so much more depth, so much history to it. The characters in this feel so well developed. They feel like they all have their own unique personalities. Not all the girls sound all the same, not all the guys sound all the same. There's a lot of the storyline going on that I'm really engaged in, and it's not just the romance. However, I am also in love with these two characters every time they're together. I'm like, yes, the way they're like checking each other out and their internal monologue of like, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, that's my best friend's sister, or that's my brother's best friend. I have been eating up so much, but also the way they want to be around each other, they want to get to know each other because they've changed so much since they were kids. I'm eating this up. I'm loving this. That's so exciting. But I did bring my coloring page because it is perfect for what I'm reading right now, and I did not plan that. But this is the coloring page I did last night. This is actually, I think, one of my favorites. I really love the cactuses, the cacti. I think they're called cacti. It works so well for my little cowboy romance era. I just finished Done and Dusted and I'm giving it 4 stars, but sprints are literally just about to end. So I'm gonna come back and tell you my thoughts and do the points and everything on this book. However, I do want to do another spin just so that I can ask the chat for help if I need it, or just spend the next like 10 minutes of our talking period looking for a book. So let's do this together. A fictional setting feels like an easy prompt. We can definitely do that. Okay, we are back. I still don't know what I'm reading yet. I did not think about it. I got distracted in sprints. Who would have thought? Let's talk my thoughts through on Done and Dusted. I actually really enjoyed this. I liked the depth to the characters quite a bit. We follow our main character who is a horse racer, and she gets thrown off a horse and injured pretty badly. It could have been a lot worse, and she knows that, and so she's kind of just in her head and has like anxiety about getting on a horse again and racing with a horse, and that injury happening and something worse happening, and there's some trauma from her past with that as well. So she ends up going home because she isn't sure that racing is something she can ever do again, and she goes back home to her family ranch where she tries to deal with all of her feelings, but also her brother's best friend comes into the picture and seems to be the one helping her through all of this, and that's not what she expected at all. I personally really loved him. It was a perfect pick for my next book boyfriend because I thought he was sweet, he was kind, he had flaws that were in his like childhood that we definitely did still get to see, so we didn't just feel like perfect, which is a lot of my struggles with romance in general, is we write men that are absolutely perfect and I want to see their flaws, and like this one, his flaws were past, like him, he's way too perfect still as like a man in the present day, but I felt like there was some more nuance to his character because of those flaws in his past and things like that, and I just really liked their relationship together. I liked their chemistry. I liked watching them together. I liked the way he helped her. I liked all that. There was just something holding me back from a 5-star. I think I need more conflict. I know romance readers are tired of the third act breakup, and sometimes it can feel so annoying and frustrating, but I also wanted a little bit more conflict in my story than this got. I wanted a problem for them to solve, and by the time we get to the big problem that we've been like working for the entire book, it's resolved in literally a chapter. Like I literally was like, oh, we're finally at the issue, And then I opened my chapters and I was like, I only have 2 chapters left? Like, what? I wanted that to feel more impactful to the overall story than it was, because they made it out to be this big bad climax of the story, if that makes sense. So I think that held me back from a 5-star, but I definitely will be reading the second book. I'll read more from this author. I'm happy because I was scared contemporary romance was not going to be something I really enjoyed, and I did really enjoy this one. I flew through it. I always wanted to keep reading it, so that's always a win for me. Personally, I like this better than Elsie Silver's Wild Love series, but I still need to try the Chestnut Spring series, but I just feel like the characters in this really worked for me compared to the characters in the other one. It is 356 pages, and I did read it for the 48-hour readathon. A host has definitely given this book 5 stars. Wait, I actually should check that. Yeah, Tori gave it 5 stars. It has a higher rating than the last book I read. The book definitely has sibling characters. There are multiple people on the cover, and I think it was a fast-paced read. It's a small town, so not an urban setting, but it is my next book boyfriend, but it was not an author I've read from before. Okay, I'm gonna go move to my coloring spot because I'm gonna color another page. I don't know what yet, and I need to figure out what I'm reading next. I'm honestly debating reading the next book in this series, but I also want an audiobook. I don't know. Fictional setting was not specific enough for me. I don't know if it's incredible or sad that my laundry pile is literally overflowing. I also put on the same thing I wore yesterday because I'm gonna go to bed soon and I just wanted to be cozy and comfy, and since this is a new sweater, it's so soft and I love just wearing a new sweater so much. It's like my favorite thing when I get a new sweater and it's like pre-washed soft. Ugh, best thing. But I have decided to tell you that I picked up the Starlight Air, but also DNF the Starlight Air. I meant to check in on you. I thought everything was going all right with this one. I made it just halfway through, I think. At first I was vibing. I was enjoying it. I thought it was a cool setup. We were following our main character who gets an invitation to go to the court to essentially compete to be the prince's bride. And it's kind of mysterious because she is no one. She's not someone of, I'm gonna say substance. Like, she's not an important family or anything. And all of these women are getting these invitations, and there's not really a rhyme or reason for them to get those invitations, but you can't refuse the king summons. So she goes, and when she's there, she has to compete in some trials to help the prince figure out who he wants to marry. And obviously not all is as it seems. We know that because there's also a prophecy at the beginning, and we meet the prince's brother from another mother pretty early on. I liked the setup. I liked the trial that we got. We got 2 and I really liked it. But then so much started happening so quickly and the scene really changed. The atmosphere of the story, I feel like, changed. The plot, the concept of the story really changed. And it was too fast for me with not enough development of the characters or that original setting. I really wanted to see more trials. I really wanted to see more of the court politics and that ruling stuff. I wanted to see how she would use her quick wits and her mind in this location. And also I wanted to not have insta-love. It's very, very insta-lovey. I can see why someone would like this. I'm actually kind of sad because I actually really like this edition, interestingly. This is the Fairy Loot edition that I have. I will be unhauling this because I am DNFing it. I think if I finished it, it probably would be a 3-star. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. I just am trying to be better at DNFing my stories and things that I just am going to feel very mid about that I don't think I'm going to plan on continuing on anyways. Why am I wasting my time on this when there's better books out there? And also for a 48-hour readathon, I got better things to be doing. That's for sure. I'm actually so sad because this edition is so stunning. I loved the mythology in this. I loved the representation in this. I wanted to like this. Like, look, that is so pretty. I wanted to like this so much more than I did, but it just felt a little too all over the place for my personal liking and pacing. I would read again from this author. I do think that there was a lot of really good elements here, just a little muddied within the story. Part of me wants to say I'm going to try this again because the edition is so pretty. And I am kind of in burnout. This whole month I've been in burnout. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to DNF this. But we do have points to give to the monarchs because I did read this for fictional setting. I did not get far enough in to get me any page count bonuses, sadly. But we did read it in the 48-hour readathon. It's a title with a title. It does have the word heir in it. It has an even number of letters in the title. It has a morally gray character. She is a thief. It definitely is a wealthy character. And it does have more than one POV. It also is an urban setting. It does happen within a city, a fictional city within the world. Politics in the story, and a made-up setting. I did do another spin in. We are in our last sprint of the night. I think we've been going for like 12 hours and we are all feeling the drain. It is so much fun to be on sprints with everyone. I truly love doing things like this, but it's also so exhausting for us mentally. Like, I am not tired. I don't want to go to sleep, but I just want to lay in my bed and exist. So I am planning to do that after the sprint, but I did spin again and the wheel knew what I needed. Like, this is not rigged. It landed on mood read for me and I'm very excited to pick up whatever I want. I think my points for this will be going to the Ravens because I have not given them anything yet. So I feel like that is the most fair way to do it, as I have given points to the Stingers twice, Stags once, and now the Monarch. So I'll give my points to the Ravens for this one. I don't know what I'm gonna read. I could pick up the next Lila Sage book because I felt like that was a win and I really did enjoy that. But I also kind of want a 5 stars, so maybe I'll pick up a horror. I don't know. I'm honestly very much undecided on what I want to read. Intercepts has been like crossing my mind as something I could like. Very much unsure currently about what I'm going to read, but I'm gonna curl up. I'm probably gonna put a Phasmophobia stream on and read while I watch that. I've been trying to do that a little bit because it's just like a little brain fun for me. I am actually kind of sad I'm getting rid of this. This edition is stunning. Good morning. I am absolutely wrecked today. I feel so exhausted. I don't know what it is. I have been feeling this way for the last week or so since time change. I definitely need to do something about it, whether that's I need to start working out or like eating better again. I don't know. Probably both of those things actually. But since time change, I've just not felt alive during the day. And so I think that on top of the mentally exhausting day I had on sprints, not that it feels wrong to say that because it's not like everyone in sprints is exhausting. It's just like an exhausting thing to be online all day and to be present and aware and not being able to really take those breaks because the sprint time I'm reading, so I'm still using my brain, but I don't really have time to go to like La La Land. So that is what makes it so draining, is just like being on and like talking to all the hosts and talking to the comments and also reading and updating my vlog. There's just like a lot that goes on a full day of sprint, but very thankful for all my hosts who also hold down the fort for me. It is less draining when you're not like the host of sprints, when you're just like a participant. So that's really nice that there are so many of us that are willing to like give our all to this readathon. So thank you to them. Thank you to everyone who's there. You guys make it fun. I had a blast, but we still have sprints today. So I'm on them now. I decided to start intercepts, which worked really well because it actually is a Lexi recommendation for me. And Lexi has given this book 5 stars. So that'll work for the one prompt that we all know of. I'm 25% in. This book starts out and I was like, what disturbed freaky thing am I reading? Its start is so creepily good. I was sucked in right away. Right now, I'm a little bit in setup zone and I've lulled a little bit, but I know we're just like setting up the rest of the creepy story. And the way the author writes, I definitely feel like tense, which is something I love feeling in a horror book. So I'm very much excited to continue this. We're following, my cat is going nuts. I have a cute little video of her from this morning that I could share right now actually because she's one of a kind. You know when people say that cats don't have personality, I would like them to tell my calico cat that she's got too much personality and that she's supposed to have no personality. What you doing? Are you back in here? Theo, get her. Theo, get her. No, she's just attacking a chair. Okay, back to the book. This story follows our main character who works in some sort of facility, and we don't really know what this facility is doing, but the opening scene is of what they call intercepts, which essentially are like humans that are fucked up. Like they've been drugged to the point of they can't really move, they can't talk, they can't feel anything, and they're being tested and watched, and we don't really know why, we don't know what's happening, and there's like a really creepy scene that happens really early on. She's back in the bag. I can hear it. Miley does not want me to vlog today. But so we're just trying to figure out what exactly is going on, why this company exists. And the thing about the company also is the main character always says like the company's always watching. None of the employees, like no one knows where they work. They're not allowed to talk about it. When someone dies, no one knows who they work with. Hired actors are sent to go like talk to the family as if they're co-workers of that deceased person. And obviously people have died multiple times if that is a thing that happens happens constantly. So like there's just like this creepy setting, this creepy atmosphere. It's kind of like a company sort of like Big Brother, like watching and knows all. And it's interesting. I'm very intrigued to find out exactly what's going on. Like I definitely was like, I need to keep reading. I need to know what is going on. So yeah, I'm gonna go read. I'm here to tell you that I'm 50% through this book and that I can't look away from it for too long. It's really good. I'm very much invested. The chills that are going through my body as I read this and as I slowly figure out the pieces of what's happening and what is probably to come has me just like feeling so stimulated. Like this book makes you feel overstimulated with like fear, anxiety, uncomfiness, and it's exactly what I personally want to read when I'm reading a horror book. These sci-fi horror elements in this are so good. It's kind of crazy because this is something that you could imagine actually happening in our world and we would have no fucking clue. It's insane. I'm very much invested into this story. I'm probably not going to update till the end because I just want to read. I just want to know what's happening. I don't want to have to stop. I feel very, very freaked out in the best possible way. Like not like scared, but just like uncomfortable. Like I'm in an anxiety cocoon reading this. So good. Okay, a phone update because I'm just too lazy to stand up and I just want to keep reading, so this needs to be done so quickly. But I just feel like shit's really about to go down in this book and it's so messed up and it's so good. I literally can't stop reading. I just need to know what's about to go down because that felt like the dumbest idea. That was not good cleanup. I don't like that idea. Like, what? What's about to go down? I'm just stopping by on my way to go have a shower because people are coming over for dinner, but I finished the book. Easiest 5 stars of my life. Like this was such an easy 5-star for me. I'm gonna update you in a little bit. I really need to sit on my thoughts and just take everything in. So I'm probably gonna update you tomorrow with my final thoughts on this one, but I'm so excited that I got a 5-star. I'm finally here to give you my thoughts on Intercepts and also your top secret information from the Gala of Peace. Intercepts, I gave 5 stars. It was very easy for me because there was not a point in the book where I didn't feel uncomfy. That is something that I love in horror and I really look for. I like to feel things when I read. In any genre, that is what I'm looking for. To feel an emotion, whether that's happiness, giddiness, heartbreak, or horror and uncomfortableness. I am looking for that in my reads. I want to feel something. Intercepts really just did that for me. It was not perfect, but that feeling just lasted so long that I loved it so much. I will say I don't know if I personally needed the daughter POV. I think the story would have been even a little bit better without it, just because her POV made it very clear what was going on and what was going to happen, and I think without it I would have been kept on my toes a little bit longer, but I think I still would have achieved the overall end goal of feeling the way I felt, because it is predictable. Once you know what's happening, you know what's happening. But I still just enjoyed my time reading this, so I will definitely be recommending it to a lot of people. It's nowhere close to it, to either of these, but it kind of blended the things I loved about The Patient and the things I loved about Tender as the Flesh and added it into one story. Truly nothing like either of those, but just the feelings and the vibes I had in those, it encompasses both of those for me. And so I would recommend this to people who liked those books, either one or both of them. And I will read more from this author, I think. As always, Lexi's recommendations are getting me. I take a lot of my horror recs from her. If you don't watch her channel, you definitely should. Like most of the horror books that I've read have come from Lexi telling me that I could probably like them. She also takes fantasy romance recommendations from me. So we kind of just vibe off of each other for the genres we don't normally read in that the other one normally reads in. I'm still thinking about how uncomfortable I feel with this book. Like it just could happen. Like it could happen. This whole story could happen in our society and we would never know. Or would we? Oh, so good. If you're a conspiracy theory lover, I'm not, but if you are, read this book. It is 327 pages long, so we did get some page count bonuses for that one. We also read it in the 48-hour readathon. It is a book that a host gave 5 stars. Lexi did give this 5 stars. It does have a higher rating than the last book I read. It is an even number of letters in the title. I think it was a very fast-paced read. And then it is more than one POV as well. It is a character who has a secret. He's not allowed to talk about his job at all. I'm gonna say I read it from a list because it is on Lexi's top of the year, and I was reading it as a Lexi recommendation since she loved it so much, and it is on her top 10. So there are points. That is the last book I read for this 48-hour readathon. I'm very happy that I ended it on a 5-star. It made me feel like I got my reading mojo back, and next week, or this current week when you're seeing this, I am letting polls pick my reads for the entire week, and I'm gonna go across all my social medias, so definitely make sure to check them out so that you can have a hand in what I'm reading all week. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you'd like to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, leave me the creepiest emoji for you. Like whatever you think the creepiest emoji is, and let me know how your weekend went if you participated for the 48 hour. And for your top secret information, as always, please make sure to give it an hour before talking about it in the Discord. And if you do talk about it in the Discord, use spoiler tags. 2 vertical lines on either side of your message will create a spoiler tag. And the 2 videos linked on the screen for you are my announcement video if you need a refresher and last week's vlog. The team in last place at the end of the 48 hour, however, people still have more time to submit their books, so it might not be 100% correct when you see this video, is the Monarchs. I'm just gonna say this is the closest Realmathon I have ever seen. I'm telling you that we are like not even points apart from each other in some cases. We are so freaking close. Like we're half a point apart from each other in some, like 2 teams are half a point apart and the other teams are only like 2 or 3 points. Like it is the closest Realmathon I have ever seen. We had equal participation this weekend. It is any team's game right now. And we got 2 more weeks to battle it out. Thank you so much for watching and have yourselves an absolutely remarkable day.